as you've like been developing all of this, is it organically happened as far as who your quote unquote avatar or ideal avatar is? Or has that been something you've been really intentional about since the beginning?
It's been a combination. I think it's changed a lot over the years. I think something that's so important, I just want to like shout from the rooftops to entrepreneurs, is that like nothing is fixed in your business. If it is fixed, you're going to get stuck at some stage.
That's
And so you
good.
have to be kind of this malleable, kind of form changing, especially in your strategy and who you're speaking to. I think I'm speaking to a very specific person 5, 6 years ago, and now it's maybe a bit more broad. And now I'm attracting 22-year-old newlyweds and 67-year-old grandmothers who have amazing product-based business ideas. And so, yes, it's been, I'm saying, a very organic evolution, but definitely with some strong intention behind it, so that you do have that clear focus in your messaging, and you're not just kind of doing the whole spaghetti on the wall approach.
Yeah, yeah, right. That's good though. And I think there's people who do get stuck, or they do feel like I wear so many hats, I don't know how to choose, right? Which one is best. And I think there's freedom in that, right? Like there's freedom to explore, there's freedom to do it that way, and then realize like, oh, I'm going to switch that. That was not fun. I don't want to serve that person, right? I had to go through this learning. I was for some reason attracting this particular personality type, I'll just say. And I am not one for like identifying people by a specific test or anything. I've done a lot of like Enneagram looking up, and we're now working with like 5 voices and working genius, and all those things are great to some extent, but it's still not biblical. It's not God. But I was attracting this particular Enneagram, which is also my mother-in-law, my sister, my sister-in-law. And, I just will tell you, they're hard for me. They're a little bit more difficult. And God put them in my life and in my inner circle so that I would be tested and I would be sharpened. But I had to recognize that moving forward, if these particular things of this particular person were coming to light really early, not for me to turn my nose or my eye to those warning signs out the gate, because we know that just because they're hiring you doesn't mean you have to hire them, because it's
Absolutely.
a two-way street. And man, that was hard, because they're literally dangling money in your eyes, right? And they're like, here you go. I want to work with you so bad. And you're like, no, you're gonna give me ulcers.
Exactly. I mean, I hired a few of those, especially in the beginning. We just like, I got these big income goals, and I'm really excited. And like, especially if you deal with higher ticket coaching, like you're talking of like thousands. And yeah, I remember definitely allowing myself to be hired by these souls, and hating my business. I'm like, but I love my business. And then I would see them in my calendar, and like my spirit would do this like, I'm like, wow, this feels really horrible. And then I learned very quickly that as part of our role as CEO is to protect our state, is to protect our energy. And also for like my kids and my family, because I wasn't the happiest, most peaceful, calm, centered mummy when I walked out of those calls, because they just grated on me so much. So not everyone is for us. It's absolutely fine. I think the other flip side of that is when you want to work with someone and they don't want to work with you, then you got to deal with kind of the rejection. But again, I've had an example recently where there was a client that I really wanted to work with, had a great call. She's like, Suzy, I'm in. And then she just ghosted me. And then I found out that maybe she's working with somebody else. And she's giving that person a headache. And I'm like, wow, the whole rejection is God's protection. Like,